Hey, today I'm coming at you from my third floor balcony here in Little Italy. Check it out. And I'm doing a test on the YOLO Box to see how well it live streams with their bonding system. And I've set up a time lapse with the GoPro there. I do a lot of outdoor events like weddings or graduations, and I want to see if the YOLO Box is going to be a viable alternative to using something like the LiveU Solo. I'm also going to set up the Starlink over there, and we're going to run everything battery powered and using the Starlink for internet, as well as a Verizon modem and an AT&T modem. And this phone here also has T-Mobile. So we'll see what all we can incorporate to get the strongest bonded stream out of here. And I want to do it for about 2 hours, which is more time than we normally do. Usually the events are about an hour, hour and a half. Okay, so it's taken me about 32 minutes to set all this up. Before I get started streaming, I'm gonna give a quick overview of the setup here. Right here we've got the Sony, which is going to record me talking to the camera. It's powered by V-mount. And then here we have the LG Standby Me, which I'm using as a monitor, coming out of the YOLO box out of HDMI out. Then we have, for wireless, we've got the Inseego Verizon 5G. You can put that in as the Wi-Fi. And the YOLO box is right here. We've got 2 cameras plugged into it. So I can switch. And we've got the wide shot there. Okay. And I have a laptop to control everything. That's plugged into the Starlink, Wi-Fi to the Starlink. There's the Starlink. And like I said before, we're only using the 10 gigabyte roam plan, $10 for 10 gigabytes a month. See how much we used today on this 2-hour live stream. And then the Blackmagic 6K Pro here for the wide shot of the bay here. Got a little bit of a bay view. There's the Maritime Museum down there with all those ships. Beautiful location here. I'm setting up for art walk down there this weekend. Should be fun. Okay, so this is the setup. The Starlink, Mac laptop, 6K Pro, YOLO box. On top of the YOLO box, we're connected via USB-C. We're connecting another iPhone, which is T-Mobile. And then we have the AT&T modem there. This right here is connected directly into the Starlink. And then the 2 HDMIs from the camera, HDMI out, going to the monitor. I'm doing the first speed test of the Starlink here. Pretty decent downloads. Yes, allow. Okay. Upload of 7. Okay. This is on the Starlink 10 gigabyte roam plan. So you get 10 gigabytes a month for $10. That could be okay, especially with the bonding, 10.5. 10.51. Okay, I like it.
After powering everything up, I enabled YOLO's bonding using their ASP protocol, a feature that buffers up to 90 seconds to avoid choppy streams. I tracked bandwidth across Wi-Fi, Ethernet, and USB tethering.
We'll set up the bonding right here. Network bonding, let's turn that on. Wait for a second. Okay. We'll give it a second, then we'll run a speed test. Okay, let's run that speed test to see what happens. Okay, 7.6 megabits per second is the internet speed. Well, that sucks. You can go into show more info. Not sure how accurate this thing is. It should be a lot more than 7.6 because on the other Starlink test got 110 down and 10 up. Anyway, as I was saying, I'm not sure how the bonding works on the YOLO Live because the other day I was testing, and it's not like the LiveU Solo where you see everything being aggregated to the different devices. It just shows one. I think it defaults to the Ethernet. And if you unplug the Ethernet, then it'll go to something else like the USB dongle or the 4G LTE or the Wi-Fi. What did I start here? 212. So close to an hour, and I've got everything ready to stream. The YOLO box is set up. It's connected to the Wi-Fi, to the 5G hotspot. We got the AT&T modem. It's connected Ethernet to the Starlink, and USB to T-Mobile iPhone over there. Got the YOLO Box Bonding test dashboard here. And let's go live and see what happens. Ready to start streaming? Done. Okay. You probably can't see this on screen, but it says Wi-Fi 3.2 megabits per second, Ethernet 1, 2.5, and it's going back and forth between the Wi-Fi and the Ethernet. Okay, so this is what it says as far as the bonding goes, 3.5 megabits per second. Looks like it's going between the Wi-Fi and the Ethernet. Okay, there we go. It finally reached the dashboard. Okay, well, it's 3 o'clock. Let's see if it can go until 5 o'clock at least. Switch to the wide shot. It's probably more interesting.
Now let's talk image quality. I recorded the same feed in 3 different ways: directly to the Sony FX30's memory card, internally to the YOLO box, and through the YOLOCast cloud recording. When comparing them side by side, the difference is clear. The original camera footage is sharp and fluid, but the YOLOCast version sometimes shows noticeable pixelation and color banding, especially in low detail areas. And the YOLO box's internal recording was also displaying some pixelation and color banding. This could be due to the encoding strain while streaming and recording simultaneously. This doesn't mean YOLO Box is unusable, just that for critical detail or post-production, you'll still want to record internally on your camera. YOLOCast and YOLO Box's internal recordings are great for backups or quick turnaround content, but they can't match the original quality.
All right, now we've been streaming for 30 minutes. Sun's coming out. It's a beautiful day here in San Diego. Let's see what that bay looks like there. There's a coaster coming down from LA. Fantastic. Now, you can't see what's on these screens at all on the camera. So I'm going to try to put this Ninja Inferno in there and record into the Ninja. All right, now you can see exactly what happens to the YOLO box. Let's just record that. And the reason I wanted to record the screen of the YOLO box is because I'm going to unplug the Starlink. I'm going to unplug the Starlink, and I'm going to bring the Jackery and have the Starlink going battery powered. And when I unplug the Starlink, that'll be the perfect test for the bonding. We'll see if it drops any frames. Here we go. Here's the Jackery. I'm just going to set it down there and unplug the Starlink. Let's see what happens. Okay, I'm going to unplug the Starlink in 3, 2, 1. Boom. Okay, Starlink's unplugged. What's happening? What's happening? Still, looks like the Wi-Fi took over. And let's plug it back in. Okay. Now we've got the Starlink connected to the Jackery down there. I'll just leave this down there for now. It's just the Starlink router. All right, we're still live. 0 drop frames. Everything went over to the Wi-Fi. Cool. So the next thing, I guess, is to turn off the Wi-Fi, see if it switches over to the Starlink. Well, we'll give the Starlink a second to reboot. Usually takes a while. It's 3:49. We'll see how long the Starlink takes to get back up and running. Oh, I see a little action on USB dongle. Recording saved successfully. It seems the way that the disk formatting on the YOLO box works is that it starts a new file every 20 minutes. And I don't really like that. I guess that's one of my big concerns about it. It's just more editing. You have to just stitch them together. But, you know, it's one more step that you don't really want to take, especially if you're doing long form content. Connecting. Okay, Starlink's online. So it's pretty quick. Okay, I'm restarting the gateway now, 404. And we'll see what effect that has on the stream. Restart could take up to 12 minutes. Okay, well, we're definitely gonna lose the internet connection, the Wi-Fi connection. It's gonna keep recording, see how long it takes to turn over. Okay, we've got 0 on the Wi-Fi now. USB dongles, 0.1. 0 kilobytes per second going up. Nothing else is taking over. I don't know why I didn't switch to Ethernet. If I unplug the Ethernet cable and plug it back in, will that do anything? There. Still says streaming. Oh, there, source is waiting for connection, so it took a while for it to drop out. In the meantime, this still has not gotten anything. All right, nothing happening here. Let's see if we can save the connection somehow. Let's unplug this and unplug this. Now all it has is a USB dongle. Will it automatically go over to USB dongle? Doesn't look like it. I'm just gonna do a quick sync there. No. Okay, so what if I unplug the USB dongle and plug Starlink back in? I mean, that should work. There we go. 2.3. All right, so that fixed it for now. That's looking really good. 10,000 kilobits per second, 13,000. Wow. At least it didn't totally kill the stream for everybody, I suppose. That's a good thing. There we go. It's back. Okay, it's back on the dashboard. It's back on Vimeo. I can't even see my mouse. It's so bright. There we go. Back on Vimeo.
Throughout the test, I tried swapping connections live, unplugging Starlink, turning off Wi-Fi, connecting modems and phones via USB-C and USB-A. But YOLO's bonding didn't consistently recover. It often required manual resets or failed to pick up new sources.
My recommendation is that, according to these tests, it's only going to work with the Starlink plugged in and then some sort of 5G hotspot or phone on Wi-Fi. Could not get either this device or any of the phones to work as a modem, as a dongle. It just didn't work. Maybe the new versions of YOLO Box, like the YOLO Box Ultra or the YOLO Box, whatever they have now, will work. YOLO Box, send me another one to try. We're still trying to keep the stream going for 6 more minutes to get to the 2-hour mark. Let's see if it'll stay on. All right, I'm gonna switch back to HDMI. I'm gonna switch back to the wide shot. All right, we just reached the 2-hour mark on this recording and it's still going. Did a lot of testing. My conclusion is it doesn't work with this dongle, doesn't work with the phones connected via USB-C, unless it might work with Wi-Fi on the phones. We have to test that. But it did work with this 5G hotspot on Wi-Fi And of course the Starlink being plugged right in there too. You could also connect it with Wi-Fi to the Starlink.
The YOLO Box Pro is $999 plus $59 a month for bonding via YOLOCast. The LiveU Solo costs about the same up front, the HDMI version at least, but LRT bonding is $450 a year and goes up with modems or data.
I think the way to use this is just to rely on Starlink and a Wi-Fi connection, which probably could be a phone too. For instance, this is a T-Mobile phone. And then I think you probably have a solid stream. It still seems to be going strong. And we're gonna switch again to the wide shot. There's San Diego on April 25th at 5:14 p.m. Beautiful shot there of the bay. Okay, I'm Horacio Jones. That's it for me. It's time to enjoy a fantastic weekend. Thanks for joining me. Take care.